Hello, what up you guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. Finger points to the sky for episode 56 today on this fine Wednesday. We are getting over that hump of the week and it should all be plain sailing to the weekend. And then the weekend league will be upon us, won't it? So today I've got, I'd say, a pretty fun episode for you. A couple of things change, which is nice. If you could do me a huge favour at the very start, show that support by hitting me with a thumbs up. 5,000 likes is your target. Let's smash that. Knock it out the park. Thank you very, very much. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Click on that little notification bell so you never miss a video as well. So, you can see that I don't have a left back or a left mid at this very point in time. And that is because team changes are in order. Now, they are... left back, Alphonso Davies, is probably one of my favourite players in the team. So it's a little bit sad that he's going to be coming out of the starting 11. But you can see that I'm basically listing up the Kroos that we got a couple of weeks ago. I think Sommer ends up going up. I do list Sane up, but he doesn't sell. So I end up deciding to keep him. And I also list up Alphonso Davies, but I do decide to keep him when he doesn't sell either. So, yes, we will list some of our 84s. Essentially, I'm trying to build my money up to about 180,000 coins because most of my money is tied up in Neymar, and I just don't want to let him go. He's so good. He's like a key feature for the series right now. So a few things sell, Kroos goes, and Didi goes, and Dele Alli. And we're, well, as you can see here, after a few more things sell, we are up to 155,000. But Sané and Davies didn't sell. So I thought, you know what? I only need to get about 20 more thousand coins. So what I can do is stick them back in the club. And I just discarded some stuff in the club. Some players and stuff. And as you can see here, Rashford, 178,000 coins for one that's already in the left mid position. Welcome back, Marcus Rashford, MBE. So we've decided to get him. And I did decide to pay a little bit more, like 3 or 4k more for a blue version over a gold version, because right now there is an objective where if you have many blue players in your club, you can work towards a prime gold players pack or something, and this team is going to make a fairly significant change, I guess you could say. So Sabitza's going to be in. And Sancho's coming in as well. You'll see the team line up in the 4-5-1 after I've applied a chemistry style to the Englishman. Going to go with a dead eye on him. He's actually going to be my cam. Really excited to use 3 5-star skillers up front. So this is how the team is actually going to line up to begin with. And we can go on into the custom tactics and stuff in a minute. But yeah, like maybe Goretzka comes in instead of Zakaria and that sorts chemistry out a little bit more. I do need a position modifier actually as well for Kimmich, so I need to do that. In order to afford that, I had to discard a few more things from my club, this time manager leagues, which I've still got a bunch of untradeable ones for each league, but yeah, I just discarded a bunch because I needed a CDM to CM, and then Kimmich would be on full chemistry. I think we eventually get one for just 2,000. That seemed to be the cheapest on the market. No little sniping offers were up for grabs. So once he has that position modifier on, I think we are in a much better place, like chemistry wise. So in this team you will have Mukiele, Neymar and Sancho off chemistry. They'll all be on 7 chem, I believe, but that's okay. We've played with stuff like that before. It's now time to show you how I aim to line up with this team for now anyway, until maybe more changes get made, but I think this is the way it's going to be. So Rashford is going to be going not at right back or at centre back. He's going up top. This is still literally a little mini game within itself, playing around with these menus. But as you can see, Sabitzer needs to swap with Mukiele. I'm actually going to be playing Florenzi and Alex Telles as fullbacks. Mukiele is going to go as a centre back for now. Kimmich at CDM, love him there. Goretzka and Sabitzer as 2 box-to-box centre mids. Then Jadon Sancho in the cam role. Neymar left striker. Rashford right striker. That's got to be the best attack I have had on FIFA 21 so far. That is going to be fire. I cannot wait to get into the weekend league with this team, because actually Jadon Sancho really interests me. I think he's going to dribble really well. He may not have the greatest shooting or passing or even pace. He's still going to be fantastic, surely. I think he'll still be good. So I qualify for the next weekend league. I'm still in rank 1 at the moment in Division 1, but that time is closing. The gap is closing, and I'm definitely not going to make it. I'm going to be in rank 2 for sure. But you'll see that in tomorrow's rewards video. Unfortunately, we just missed out. I'd assume so anyway. At this point in time, I am still in rank 1, but it's just closing too quick. So I switched teams for a minute to a Serie A squad, which was super basic. And I went in to maybe start the grind for this Correa, because he looks fairly easy to get. But what I didn't realise is that it's not just everybody else with their bit part Serie A teams. This is also people doing other objectives, and their teams can be so much stronger because all you really need is just 3 blue players sat on your bench, and then you've met the requirements. So you could still have a full team of icons and stuff if you wanted. So bringing myself down to using my rubbish Serie A team because I would need to for the objectives for myself, it was kind of it made it difficult. And this very first game right here, it felt like a sweatier version of the Weekend League or Division Rivals, because I don't know, this guy had loads of possession. He had 66% possession, was skilling me all over the place, and it just felt like a really difficult match. And I wasn't enjoying myself at all. I'm using players that I don't care about or don't really want to use to unlock a player that I'm not super bothered about either. I do get a nice equaliser there with Neymar after the 60th minute. And it does actually send me to extra time. But at the end of 90 minutes, he'd had 68% possession. I was so sleepy in this game. And unfortunately for me, into extra time we go, and it's not going to end well for me. Hits me with a few scoop turns and stuff. Yeah, fair play. He's obviously good at them. And hits me with a little sweat across to go 4-3 up. And that's pretty much all she wrote, because I did make another opportunity. I get through with Usman. I think I knock it through to Correa. Goalie saves that one. I somehow don't shoot that first time, and it gets AI blocked, so we end up losing 4-3. That was enough for me, to be honest. I can't be bothered against those types of teams because I think skill-based matchmaking is in those friendlies, and I'm just playing against other Division 1 players, and my team is significantly worse than this right here, and I wanted to use this right here. So what I decided to do in the end is this is going to have to change ever so slightly to this. Essentially, I've put in Zakaria and I've put in Alphonso Davies, more players off chem, but don't worry, it's just a friendly game mode that we're playing, and it is for this RTTF group stage, which is going to eventually give me a prime goal players pack and 4 other little packs for completing the challenges. So I need to get 6 wins in this mode. And it is up against other people that also have a minimum of 7 blues in their starting 11. So I knew that my team was already pretty stacked. Like, my main squad already had 5 blues in it. I just needed to swap a couple of people out. And then obviously everyone brings on like their Mbappe or their really good players. So as it's a friendly, Zidane and Mbappe went onto my bench as well. I forgot to bring them on in this very first match, but this first match literally lasted 5 minutes and 40 FIFA seconds until my opponent rage quit. So that's 1 out of 6. Nice work. And yeah, next game we end up coming up against this, and this is what I would hope to come up against in an objective like this. Someone that's playing like a 76 rated striker at CDM. It's obviously someone wants to get the pack, but they haven't got the blues in their club that makes sense, and they don't want to spend money on it, so they just put all sorts in, and eventually I end up just going 1-0 up after like 4 minutes. He'd paused it to make his changes, so I made my... Oh no, yeah, he ended up just quitting. I would have made my changes to bring on Zidane and stuff there, but he literally just paused and quit after 1-0, and unfortunately for him, but fortunately for me, we literally match him up like 2 minutes later. I just went straight back into another game. I assume he did the exact same at the exact same time, yeah, I don't think he was particularly happy about that, so we end up just literally running through, and he puts a slide tackle in. I end up scoring the goal literally off of kickoff because his team was lacking so much in chemistry, and he quits at 1-0 again. And I'm like, I tell you what, if I match up against him again, I'm giving him the win. Maybe I should have given it to him that time, but I don't know, I've got to get my stuff done, right? I'm trying to get this done so there was a video ready for you guys. So that's already 3 wins in about 10 FIFA minutes. We come up against Inform Rashford, Varane, Mendy. So this guy does have a normal good team, I would assume, but then he's just obviously put some blues in there to make it work for him, so he could actually hit the requirements for the objective. I score a rainbow flick volley with Zinedine Zidane, which is so good to say because he's my favourite player ever. I then get through with Mbappe, lone Mbappe, score a goal with him. Everyone else is using him. I think this guy brought him on as well. And then what do we end up getting here? Rashford with a roulette, I think. Some really nice dribbling, a nice roulette, and a solid finish. And I'm just like, Rashford's back, baby. We've got him and Neymar up front. Oh, it's just good times right now. So we're absolutely bossing it in this little objective right now, simply because my main squad has so many blues in it already. I tend to buy the blue player over the gold player, don't I? Which in this instance has actually helped me to complete this objective nice and easy. So he does get a goal back. He does have informed Rashford at the end of the day. But my regular Rashford will do just fine. And he's got a nice blue card design too. But yeah, it ends up falling to Mbappe. And for some reason, this guy didn't rage quit the entire game. And then in the 89th minute and 57 seconds, after I'd scored another rainbow flick volley, that was when he decided he'd had enough. Yeah, he didn't want to wait like 30 more seconds to get his match coins. That was when he'd had enough. All right, fine. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, it just seems a bit odd. So we're now at 4 wins, I think it is. And now we come up against this. This guy's got Neymar, De Bruyne. So I figured that this game was probably not going to be the easiest one. I end up getting through with Rashford, knocking it over to Neymar, who just dinks the goalkeeper because he started to rush and then he was left in no man's land as he started to try and run back to his goal. Joshua Kimmich knocks a nice ball through to Neymar, and I'm obviously just going to sweat that one across to Jadon Sancho. I hadn't brought on my Mbappe and stuff in this game. I just left it as it was because I don't think he made any changes, so I thought I'll leave it as well. But at 3-0 after 19 minutes, he decided he was out there. He was out of there as well. And that is now what? Is that 5 out of 6? I think that's 5. It's either 4 or 5. I literally lost count already. And I think, I mean, look at this guy. He's got Mbappe and Rashford. Going to be a good player, I think. And turns out, I mean, this is probably going to be a fun game. Neymar works his way into the box early doors, scores a goal after 2 minutes. You know, when you've got any form of defender off chemistry or any form of player off chemistry, someone like Neymar is going to take advantage of that. We get through with Rashford, obviously make that one 2-0 because he finishes impeccably on this game. But this guy weren't leaving. You know, we were having a fairly good game. I just wasn't letting him get through. So 2-0 to me at half time. Moving on into the second half then, he makes an error here in the 51st minute. Mbappe knocks it into Neymar and I get the goal there. There was one game that I've left out of this which I ended up losing. I think I was 4-1 up. I was 3-0 and 4-1 up against somebody, and in the 88th minute I ended up losing 5-4. He just like stuck with it and ended up hitting the most ridiculous comeback you've ever seen. But yeah, like, since I lost that one, I thought I'll leave that out and we'll just move on to get this done so we can get the pack for it. So it really didn't take that long. I think maybe I was playing for like an hour, including the game where we tried to play with Correa, for Correa, should I say. So to get a little 45k pack and some 2 rare gold players packs and what was there, a 75 plus rated player as well. Yeah, it was fairly fun to do. It wouldn't have been fun to do if I was in the situation that a lot of you are in, which is I don't have a whole load of blues in my club and I'm going to have to play random players everywhere. I can see how an objective like that becomes not fun and you just leave it. I was going to leave it until I realised, actually, wait. My team is mainly blue. So third pack here. This time around, we're going to get ourselves a board player from the 75 plus, which is actually fairly lucky. We get a German centre mid from Manchester City, which is going to be Ilkay Gundogan. 83 overall this year. Not much pace, not really usable. SBC fodder for sure. And then next pack, another 2 players pack. Nothing from that one either. So just the 1 board so far out of these. Little Gosens, but hey, we've already got him untradeable already. So what are you going to do? We'll take a little blue Vasaico though. And then from the Prime Gold Players pack, we get nothing. It was all a waste of time, boys. We ended up getting an 82 rated Kramaric. You win some, you lose some. But yeah, I wasn't best pleased when I saw that. But I would take like a first owner Lodi and stuff. Like you never know when you're going to need stuff like that. But it wasn't ideal, to say the least. But yeah, this team is now going to be switched back to the main squad, which is bringing back Klosterman, bringing back Sabitzer for Zakaria. And it's going to line up like that. So there's plenty of good subs on the bench for me to use like during the game. If I don't want to play Goretzka, or if I want to bring Florenzi into the midfield, switch Mukiele to right back, I've got centre-backs that I can bring on the bench and stuff, and it'll be all good. But yeah, like that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much going to wrap up the episode for today. The player bios are showing like no games played for Rashford and stuff. But yeah, like obviously we were playing all friendlies today. But we'll move on tomorrow into our rewards. So you'll see that live tomorrow. And then we'll obviously focus on rivals for a bit. Then the weekend league will be here. I wonder if we'll have any extra money to make any other changes or improvements to the team. Let me know what you think of the squad down below in the comment section. And whilst you're here, hit me with a thumbs up. 5,000 likes is your target. Make that happen for me, boys. And of course, well, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. I thank you for that. And of course, you can see my Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below. Thank you for all the follows over there lately. Come see what I'm getting up to on my daily life. Take it easy. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I'll catch you tomorrow for rewards, boys. Peace.